Hello everyone, hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Woke up this morning, was supposed to go fishing today with my uncle, and posted a picture on Instagram of him. That was from 2001, I found out, so that was a pretty old picture. But anyways, woke up today and my mom told me that he was in the hospital, went in the hospital last night, was in the hospital today, and was passing kidney stones, and he got out today. And my mom came in my room and was like, "Hey, your uncle's coming out," and I was like, "What?" And then it turns out he didn't come out because he called me later today and was like, "I'm not coming out, I'm not feeling up to it." So he still needs our prayers. Anyways, I was told I should do a video on depression, and I really don't know what to say about depression. I've been through a lot of depression before. I struggle with it sometimes. I have some family members that struggle with it. I think everybody struggles with it in some sort of form, and I personally think we need to step up our game with depression and really help people out instead of making all these jokes and stuff and hurting people's feelings, because that's really what causes depression, is our own acts towards our friends and family and other people in this world. So let me start off with my depression. First off, I'm 15 years old. I've been through a lot more than any other average 15-year-old. To start off with that, let's just say I watched my mom die and cling to life for 3 weeks. That's the toughest thing in my life to do. I don't really like talking about it much. It brings back memories. I'm having flashbacks right now. It was horrible, so I'm just going to start out with that day. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. I think around 4. Just developing into a teenager and stuff. And well, that week, my mom was having problems with her ulcers, and she thought it was her ulcers. So my grandma was staying out with us, and I was mowing one day in the pasture, and I caught the pasture on fire. So that stressed my mom out even more. And that was about a week before it happened. Anyways, that happened, and it was a Thursday because I was supposed to go over to my friend's house maybe. I had the option of doing that still, but I did not take that. Anyways, and this time I lived in my basement at my house, and so my grandma woke me up, explained that the paramedics are on their way and just not to freak out and stuff, and that my mom was having a hard time and stuff, and my mom was actually in the shower when she started having a heart attack and stuff. It was a major heart attack. Anyways, I'll go into more details with that here in a little bit. So I walked in my mom's room and saw her laying there pretty much lifeless, arms spread out. I could tell something was terribly wrong. Watched her cling to life right there. And so yeah, I pretty much watched my mom die right there. They hurried up, rushed her to the hospital. She was in the hospital for like a little under 3 weeks. Actually not off. So it destroyed pretty much all of her heart. I think at that time, destroyed about 70% of her heart, and back in the back of the heart destroyed a lot of muscle tissue and stuff that can never repair. And she smoked before this happened, and she still does to this day, so pray that she stops smoking. Anyways, I was staying at the hospital about 24/7 pretty much, sleep whenever I could, just make ends meet and stuff. And I had my best friend, which his name's Tristan, best friend on Instagram. Seen me talk about him a lot, quite a bit. Him and his family really helped me out, and I found out that they're really true friends right there. That's the meaning of true friends. They did anything for us, anything we needed, took care of our animals, came up there, used their gas, used their money to come up to the hospital and stay with me and just cope with me and stuff. And so one weekend my mom suggested that I go down, come back home, go to his house and just hang out and relax and stop stressing. So I did, and it was a Friday. Well, it was pretty hot that evening. So my friend's parents left their doors and windows open and stuff. And my mom coded that night. And in case if you don't know what coding means, it pretty much means you flatlined, you died for a certain amount of time. And my mom just remembers that she had some people on her, and they were trying to do everything they could, and they actually called her dead once, and we're like, all right, we're pulling it, get the covers and all that. And my mom could hear all this, but she couldn't talk. She couldn't say anything saying I'm alive and stuff. And then they finally got her pulse back. So anyways, I guess what I heard was they sent some cops in my town to my friend's house, because somehow we kind of know who's who and stuff. So they sent some cops to my house, and they said that they knocked, but none of us heard it. My stepdad was trying to get a hold of me. Everybody was pretty much trying to get a hold of me, but I left my phone in a different room to charge while I slept that night, so I never heard my phone. Anyways, if the cops did, well, we think they went to the wrong house, and if they were able to get me, I was going to get a police escort up to the hospital. That's how serious it was. So, yeah, I went through a lot of depression through that. I just kind of kept it all in and was like, wow, I can't remember how old I was, but I was like, wow, I'm this young and I just watched my mom die, and I'm watching her lay here lifeless. It's been a really tough journey ever since that. We make ends meet. I'm not going to go into further details, because that's the other details are kind of confidential about our financial and what happened and all that. My mom can never work again in her life. There's no job that's stable enough for her. She has to sit down all of the day. She's on like 40 different medicines. It's crazy. I still get depressed. I still go through times of flashbacks. Like I said, I don't really like talking about it. It's a tough thing for me. And she goes through depression too because of this. She feels like a horrible mom. She can't do as much. She can barely go to the grocery store for like 5 minutes and she's wiped. It's bad. I truly believe that God saved her, though. That He kept her alive. I still believe that to this day. So, I believe that she had her heart attack from free will. For all you atheists and skeptics that might see this video, be like, oh, well, why does God let bad things happen to good people and stuff? Well, she smoked all of her life pretty much, so you imagine all that plaque buildup and all that. So yeah, it's called free will. It was her fault. It's her fault to this day. Still needs to quit smoking. So yeah, but this video is sort of about depression and what depression I've gone through. Like I said, I'm only 15 years old. Gone through a lot of stuff. I've been depressed pretty much my whole life. I've had a rough childhood. I won't get into any more details with that. Watched a lot of people in my family have heart attacks, and my grandpa had a massive heart attack a few years before my mom's heart attack, and he was on a life machine for a few days, and they left it up to me to say pull the plug, and I was tired of seeing all the tubes and stuff in him, so I was like, alright, prayed to God and was like, it's up to you now, everything's in your hands, so just do what you want with my grandpa. And I told him to pull the plugs, and to this day he's alive. Once again, I truly thank God for that. So depression's a really tough subject. A lot of people in this world go through depression, and it's just a terrible thing. I think we need to clean up our act towards depression and just stop bullying. Like, what's the matter with people? like your life, you don't have a good enough life, so you have to go on the negatives of bad people's life just to make you feel bad or feel good. So anyways, that's kind of my story of depression and depression video. If you go through depression or anything like that and just need somebody to um, talk to, just you can get a hold of me, and I will be willing to do that. I personally don't like it when people say, okay, I'm sorry, I know what you're going through, because honestly, you don't know what I went through, you don't know what I go through, you don't go through the same exact things. Yeah, you may have watched somebody die, or seen somebody die, or had stuff related to that, but you have not gone through the same exact thing as me. So I don't really like it when people say, okay, I know what you're going through. I try not to say that to people. My pastor a while back had a whole sermon on that, and it was a really good sermon, just about that. So yeah, that's kind of my views on depression. Follow me on Instagram at Silk for Christ, and you can leave topic points, talking points, whatever you want to call it, of what you want me to make videos on. I am currently working a lot on trying to figure out what to come up with, and some future videos are being in the making. So that's kind of a sneak peek. So anyways, 15 years old, spreading the love of Jesus one picture at a time, one video at a time, hoping to make an impact in your guys' lives. Thank you to all who viewed this video, even though it's like 12 minutes long. Oh well, if you really want to know what I say, you'll watch it all. So please like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram as I continue spreading the love of Jesus one picture and one video at a time. Once again, thank you to all who watch this, and if you ever struggle with anything, just feel free to contact me. Have a nice evening /night / rest of your weekend.